Hi everybody, this is Josh Ward running for the 2018 U.S. Senate race in Massachusetts against Elizabeth Warren with my Future of Rebuilding Democracy campaign. I want to come and talk to everybody today because I had some interesting news and developments over the last week and I wanted to go over that with you guys. First things first, I know people were a little confused with the Green Party and Jill Stein going and asking for a recount in a couple of different states and all the money they got and the endorsement from Hillary's campaign to go and recount all these votes. And, so digging into it, doing a little research for everybody, it really is for the benefit of the Green Party that this recount is done. I know personally how I felt when I saw the polls coming in and the election results on election night. It seemed like the Green Party was getting shafted somehow. And too many people had gone from Bernie Sanders' campaign to Jill Stein's campaign to not reach, at the very minimum, the 5% to make the Green Party a federally funded campaign in the next presidential election. So I wasn't pleased with that, and I'm glad Jill has pushed for a recount. And whether or not Hillary is excited about that, I don't really care. Hillary the recount won't be big enough for her to overturn Trump, but it will certainly be big enough, I believe, if statistics keep changing in favor of the Green Party. It seems I'll be providing a link to the information I got, but in one city they had 0 Green Party votes registered, and then after the recount they had 11. So that's a big change. Obviously. How do you go from 0 to 11? They say mistakes happen. I say it's just part of Hillary and the corruption in our government these days, unfortunately. So I hope Jill Stein continues to pursue this. I hope the Green Party continues to pursue getting real election results and getting what a real tally and count of what everyone actually voted for ended up being, because the American people deserve more than anything, especially these days, to those who came out to vote. They deserve to have their vote counted and their voices heard. So I'm very proud of Jill for that one and the Green Party. What else has been going on? Standing Rock. I'm always following that very closely. It's basically, a fight for democracy in our country. And right now, I'm very proud to say that our veterans have joined the fight out there. And they are putting themselves in between the hired mercenaries of these different counties that are sending officers out there. And any officer that doesn't realize that they're on the wrong side of history out there really needs to take a step back and look at what they're doing out there. The water protectors are doing amazing work trying to save our democracy, trying to save people's rights to protest peacefully. That's what these people are doing. And the funniest part was I saw a video put out from Morton County Sheriff's Department and a couple of female officers, I don't know their names, but they were talking about how the sheriffs, how the veterans were being so mean to the sheriffs because they were being hit with snowballs. I couldn't help but laugh at these two ladies that I saw in this video because they have been shooting protesters with fire hoses in sub-freezing temperatures, with tear gas, with rubber bullets. Personally never been hit with a rubber bullet, but I've seen the damage it can do. I have thankfully never been hit with a fire hose, but I have been pepper sprayed in my course of my training and in the course of the duties of my job as a sheriff in Massachusetts. So I can tell you how terrible that is. And when I watch the videos of people choking and stuff, and basically how the oil company is using our tax money and our officers to cause such devastation. I mean, it's really incredibly foolhardy. And our president, Obama, he has epically failed democracy and the people of the United States, basically. He needs to put an end to this pipeline. Yeah, I know he's been big oil from coast to coast, drilling, fracking, whatever he wanted to do. Whatever the oil companies wanted to do, he's pretty much allowed them to do it. It's despicable, and I hope that people remember him as being the biggest turncoat and traitor to this country that, ever was. Because at least with Bush Jr., we knew he was a fool, and we knew he was a sellout from the get-go. But with President Obama, he promised change, and he brought more of the same and worse, mostly. What was the other things I need to talk to you guys about today? President-elect Trump. He has been working hard to keeping jobs in America by selling out our tax money to keep people here with giant tax breaks to carrier. And it's just really depressing because it's an enormous amount of money. It's like $9,000 per employee is the tax cut break that he's given them for carrier to stick around. And they're not even keeping all the jobs. They're keeping some of the jobs. And the jobs that they aren't keeping are being shipped out. So people are losing their jobs regardless, and it's costing taxpayers an enormous amount of money to keep the few jobs that are still there. I can remember in, I think it was elementary school, learning about tariffs and taxing, companies that were importing goods or sending goods out. And it would seem more likely that if we started taxing and putting tariffs on the goods that are being shipped into this country and made it more cost effective to actually produce and sell the goods that Americans need here in the United States, that we might actually keep some of these jobs and not waste so much money overseas. Just trying to keep a couple of pathetic, lousy paying jobs in the first place. It's just really unbelievable. But that's what's going on with Trump there, so not too much good news on his side. Kept hoping he'll do better and better, but not so much. Right now, that's about all I have for updates on what's going on in the world. Hopefully we can keep working hard, turn things around, and make a difference in this country. So stick together and let's make a difference. Thank you. This is Josh Ford running for the 2008 U.S. Senate seat in Massachusetts.